pause and consider if our decisions are being made in fear of the unknown. So pause and ask, is fear making this decision? Have some curiosity. Why is it that I'm talking myself out of doing something? Or if you notice that you've got a lot of negative thought patterns, or maybe you know that you've experienced a lot of trauma, it's a really great place to start, because when sometimes it can be overwhelming to start unpicking that stuff, and our negative thought patterns come from somewhere. They're either gifted by our family or by our life experiences, and we don't have to keep them. We have to be intentional about changing them, though, so that sometimes we just get so much on the and next thing that we don't sit and go, wow, look how much I've done, or well done me. Yeah. That's another one. Celebrating wins, isn't it? Yeah. Like celebrating yourself and how far you've come, or what new habit you've put in place, or what. It doesn't have to be like a massive award, What you could do is pause and ask yourself, is fear making this decision? So when you are, because we might live in regret because our soul is telling us to do something, but our ego is keeping us stuck. So one way we can avoid getting into those situations where we live in regret is that we pause and consider if our decisions are being made in fear of the unknown. So pause and ask, is fear making this decision? Have some curiosity. Why is it that I'm talking myself out of doing something? Can you debunk it? Is there truth in your reasons? Does it matter? Because like I say, I could have, if I'd sat there and gone, well, I don't know this and I don't know that. There is truth in that. I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. But can you figure it out in good time? Can you learn as you go along? And to be able to do that, we have to be able to not be perfectionists, because you can't figure it out as you go along if you're a perfectionist. Yeah. So thinking about if you would regret. So say say I was like wanting to go for, I don't know, a job, and then my subconscious is trying to keep me stuck. So all these things, oh, well, maybe now's not a good time. Pause. Am I in fear? Will I regret this in the future? Am I making this decision just because I don't want to be uncomfortable? Am I going to regret it in the future? Gratitude can help as well. So gratitude can help us when we're in a panic to ground ourselves on what we've already got. And like I've been saying in the previous weeks about being grateful for our skills and our own qualities, what things have you got that would make you able to do that thing that you want to do, and being grateful for those? You might not have all the skills, but what skills have you got that's great for that? Have you got great compassion? Are you organized? There will be things that are perfect for that role or for that challenge that you could be grateful for, which can give you a bit of self-efficacy. So self-efficacy is our belief in our own skill set to be able to get through challenges. So one of the reasons we might avoid doing something and then later regret it is because we don't think that we're going to be able to rise to the challenge. So working on our self-efficacy, believing in our skill set and our resilience can really help. And any other mindfulness stuff that you would suggest?
Affirmations are really good, you know. So if you fear or feel like you don't belong in the new role, or feel like you're not good enough for this certain position or even a certain relationship, just affirm to yourself, I am successful, I am skilled, or you know, even the simple thing of you know, progressing your skills. But like, this inner work is so important. Telling yourself that you're good enough, repeating to yourself that you're enough, but repeating to yourself that you're worthy. You know, even if you don't believe it at the start, your mind, your subconscious mind will eventually believe it. So every day say, I am worthy, I am successful. And, you know, say even thank you for this new role I've got. Thank you for the skills I need to do this. You know, thank you for my confidence in order to make this next step or shoot my shot or do whatever. You know, just any kind of affirmations, telling yourself every day that you're a success can really help. And you can start to embody. That's another one, actually. Embody the thing that you want to be. You know, if you're just sitting there saying that you're not good enough or you don't belong, your mind is going to believe that. So ask yourself, how the person I want to be or want to become, how does that person live? Start to embody it. Start to take those little steps every single day that that person would do. You know, it's just literally creating the life that you want by taking one step at a time.
Yeah. So having a clear vision for the future of you being who you want to be will help the opportunity. So what happens when we visualize who we want to be, or where we want to be in the future, is it adjusts our filter to start looking for the opportunities. So if we're stuck in the past, and when we're thinking, or we spend a lot of our time and we're delving into our memories of the past, we are looking at the things that have gone wrong, and we are feeding our filter into looking for more wrong. It's like, no opportunities, that was a terrible experience, if that happens it will be terrible. So the opposite of that is to look into the future in a positive way, visualize, really using your senses, really imagine being there. How would you feel when you're this person doing whatever goal that you've got? It might be, you know, a sports goal. It might be to be a head teacher. It might be to have a family. It might be to have a big house or have a business. Whatever it is, it's really imagining being there. And meditation is really great time to do that, because then your subconscious is really impressionable then. So visualization in meditation will really kind of lock it in and help your filter start looking for the opportunities that's going to get you there. The filter is such, there's lots of different ways that we can change our filter, and that's what we talk about every week. So it's your meditation, it's your affirmations, it's your mantras, it's your journaling to bring awareness to the patterns that we do so many things automatically and don't even realize it. 80% of our thoughts are the same ones. Now, if you think about what you're thinking about most of the time, and I know my old thought patterns, that 80% was all bad stuff. So if I'm thinking bad me this or victim me that, then what is my brain looking for? What is it deleting so that I get what I expect? I wouldn't see any opportunities, because opportunities was not what my brain was expecting to see. So it just deleted that information. So there were opportunities. Opportunities would be appearing all around, but my brain would just go, not for me. And I think there's actually, I'm sure Darren Brown's done this thing where, I don't know if he, there was some people who felt they were lucky and some people that felt they weren't lucky, and they all had the same opportunity to see, I don't know, it was either a scratch card that won some money, or it was like £20 on the floor or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's something like that. And the people who thought they were lucky saw it and was like, woo, I am lucky. And the people who felt they were unlucky, just their brain just didn't spot it. So they just walked straight past it, or they didn't clock that it was a winning card or whatever. So it's really powerful, your filter. So it's really important that we're intentional about it, isn't it? So affirmations and affirmations at any time, but particularly in meditation are great. You can do, what was the meditations that you did when you were starting off, Angela?
Yeah, I found like obviously when we're starting meditation, it's very hard to quieten our mind. But I found sleep meditation that reprograms the subconscious mind. You can find them on YouTube. It literally just press play when you go to sleep, and these subliminal messages come into your sleep, and it literally rewires your brain for you while you're asleep. And this really helped me to heal things before I started mindful meditation. So, you know, just even if you're afraid that meditation isn't for you, find the sleep meditations, find the reprogramming meditations, and just press play and go to sleep.
Yeah, yeah. And it's really, if you're not into meditation, or if you notice that you've got a lot of negative thought patterns, or maybe you know that you've experienced a lot of trauma, it's a really great place to start, because sometimes it can be overwhelming to start unpicking that stuff. And our negative thought patterns come from somewhere, you know, they're either gifted by our family or by our life experiences, you know, and we don't have to keep them. We have to be intentional about changing them, though. So yeah, meditation's great. Journaling is great because it brings awareness to how much we do on autopilot, or brings awareness to those thought patterns that we need to get rid of. It's great for gratitude, a simple gratitude practice of just writing things down that you're grateful for, which will also change your filter and make you spot more positive things. And opportunities are positive things, aren't they? So you are likely to spot more opportunities if you're doing gratitude. Anything else?
Just become self-aware. And, like, you know, this is the thing. There can be messages to be found everywhere. Like, everywhere. Every single thing we go through, it happens for a reason. You can see messages on billboards, messages in synchronized numbers. Do you know, in even programs that we watch, there's messages anywhere. So just become aware. Release that brain fog. Start looking at everything around you as an opportunity. Because guaranteed, one of the things that you're looking at today is going to be an opportunity that you wouldn't have noticed before. So just literally just wake up and open your eyes and start to see what magic the world has to offer, because there's magic to be found everywhere if we're just aware of it.
Yeah, I love that, because opportunity, we can make our own opportunities by living in the moment. So it's like, instead of opening the curtains and just going and, you know, not really looking at, oh, it's raining, or oh, it's sunny, whatever the weather is, and then, you know, just using that to decide what sort of clothes you're going to wear, pause for a second, and do you notice any birds? Is there anything pretty in the sky? It's having that curiosity, isn't it? Like, how would a child look at this? And when you start to look at things almost in a childlike way, childlike curiosity, savoring little moments here and there. And you can't spend all your life, you know, we're busy people. You can't spend all your life every minute going, ooh, look at this, ooh, look at that. But
Well, you
can, maybe. Maybe not in schools, not the whole time, but we can certainly find moments throughout the day to be doing that, you know. And then when we take moments to live in awe, that's another great thing. So being in nature, or looking at things in a way, recognizing that you're a small part of something far bigger, is what awe is. So that can be like, you can get that from your religion or spirituality, or it can just be looking at a really beautiful sunset, or really beautiful, I mean, even on my computer, I've got this thing where it keeps putting new screensavers on. It's always beautiful pictures on it. You know, it might be, pops up and there's like some really cute animals one day, and then there'll be like this gorgeous landscape somewhere, you know.
But yeah, that's the cool when you turn on your computer and you've got this new landscape today, or this new animal. You're like, oh, I need to do it today. Like, even today I did it. Like, there's a little, it's like a clownfish in a fish scene, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, Nemo.
Yeah. So it's training yourself to pause. Pausing is important. Pausing and just taking a moment to looking at things a little bit differently, to what you normally do, because we spend so much time on autopilot. And I think it's because we're so busy, and on to the next thing, and on to the next thing, and on to the next thing. And we can be like that actually, even in our growth journeys. We've talked about this before, that sometimes we just get so much on the and next thing, that we don't sit and go, wow, look how much I've done, or, you know, well done me. Yeah. That's another one. Celebrating wins, isn't it? Yeah. Like celebrating yourself and how far you've come, or what new habit you've put in place, or what. It doesn't have to be like a massive award, you know. It can be something that you intentionally did. You had to intentionally change something. So it might be, for example, I've given up bagels and I've gone 3 mornings without eating bagels, you know. So, well done me. That's something to celebrate. And it's those little things, you know. We need to be able to give ourselves validation, because if we're giving ourselves validation, we care less about the validation of others. We're more able to take the risks that we need to get the things that we want. And I don't mean like, you know, jumping off cliffs. Maybe if you want to jump off a cliff, I don't know. But like, it can feel risky to put yourself out there for a role if you're in a certain mindset. So it's making sure that you're celebrating yourself, building up your own self-worth so that you can be yourself, you know, and be comfortable with that, and be able to take criticism as feedback rather than being wounded. Yeah. So I think that would be another one. Looking at feedback, looking at mistakes of feedback. Constructive criticism is just feedback. That's all it is. Don't spend any time going poor me or bad me, or, you know. In fact, I think I was talking to a member of staff today about some feedback that he'd got. And I was having the same conversation there, you know, that it's just, it's like, instead of going, oh, they think this of me, it should be, oh, what am I going to do next time? And then you can just move on. You know, how can do I agree with it? Is there some truth in it? There might be a little bit of truth in it. What can I do next time to be a bit better? That's what I'll do. And then you move on, and it's, you know, it's not forgotten because you've got your little lesson that you're taking with you. But you're not brooding over it, you know, sometimes it's just a quick comment that the person, you know, your line manager might not have even thought that much about. You know, it's, to them, it's just a little reminder. And to you, it's like the end of the world because you've had a stressful morning, you know? Yeah. So, making sure that you take the lessons and feedback and problem solve. How am I going to take this forward? Yeah. It's 7 o'clock. Anything else you would like to add?
No, Sarah, we covered everything.
I think we did. Right, I'm gonna, because we're a bit, I feel like I was a bit all over the place today. So 5 things, the 5 key things to summarize would be 2, 1. What would number 1 be?
4.
I always say meditation. So meditation, affirmation.
Meditation all the time, got it? Yes, I can.
Affirmations are other things that change your filter. So it's changing your filter to a positive one. So we've talked lots about how to do that. Number 2, what else could we do? So it's pausing and catching yourself when you're doing that, and debunking, you know, was it that such a terrible decision, or was it just not the right time, and is it the right time, you know? So 3 would be always trying to problem solve and taking feedback not personally, because that can get us stuck in negative thought patterns. 4, I would say trying to get yourself out in nature, or having childlike curiosity, because when we see opportunities in the little things, we can see the big opportunities too. And 5, what could the last one be? Self-awareness.
No, I'm just about to say awareness. Just be aware. Be aware of yourself, your thoughts, your internal awareness. Be aware of your external awareness as well.
Yeah, wonderful. And to finish, join Teacher Mindset Matters. It's our free Facebook group for teachers and school support staff. We have lots of different coaches from different areas of self-development and growth journeys. So whether you're wanting some help with nutrition or stress management or spiritual guidance or all sorts, there is someone there that can help you. You can post anonymously if you wish, or just watch from afar and take in the tips. There'll be something there to help you. So join, search for Teacher Mindset Matters on Facebook. We're the only one. And I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.